Hello and welcome to Musicals with Cheese spinoff show, Make Me a Musical! And today we have a very special guest. Please welcome podcaster, composer, and all-around great guy, Joel B. New!
Hey, thank you. Oh, great crowd. Great crowd.
How are you doing today, Joel?
I'm doing swell. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm sure people remember you from the last time you were on. We
I
did
hope
a
so.
wonderful interview. It was a lot of fun. But you've got something coming up in the near future. Want to pitch that a little bit? Because I think it's a great pitch and I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I have a brand new original musical that is having its concert premiere on Saturday, February 12th at the Green Room 42 in New York, both in person and live streaming at the same time. And it's called Tempting Mr. Lincoln. And it's like Notting Hill, but if Notting Hill started a gay hot Abraham Lincoln. It's very that. It's very gay historical fan fiction, loosely inspired by the films of Julia Roberts. And there's time travel. So
How does this not, like, this is what we all need in our lives, and this is like the perfect musical. Like,
thank you.
come on. Like, I love things that aren't too self-aware, or like, I love it. I love how it's just kind of is what it is, very knows what it is, and embraces it. And at the end of this episode, you're gonna hear presidential, a full number from this, so y'all will get a little sneak peek at it.
Love
There will
that.
also be links in the description where you can buy your tickets. Get it digitally. You don't even have to risk getting COVID to see this great show. Come on.
But I won't say it's worth the risk, but like you should. I mean, you have to be fully vaccinated to see it in person. I will say that.
Yeah. But those in like Missouri, like, come on. They want to see Lincoln get rimmed or whatever, too.
Yes, I do have a lot of relatives in Missouri who probably won't be tuning in, but I didn't write it for them.
Yeah, you wrote it for us.
That's right.
But speaking of writing things, today, we're on Make Me a Musical.
Beautiful
We're going to
segue.
try to make a musical in less than 30 minutes, just off of anything. Literally anything. We're going one thing at a time. And today, we're doing Wordle.
Mm-hmm.
And you know nothing about Wordle, right?
I know nothing about it. I just heard about it for the first time maybe a week ago on like an NPR show or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's hilarious. Basically, you got 5 blanks. You got to try to find the words. And all right, starting in 8 seconds, we got 30 minutes to try to come up with a pitch.
Okay.
Like full story, full characters. Realize this. Couple 11 o'clock numbers. All right, we're good. All right, we get started. All right, so here's my pitch.
Go.
So basically, all Wordle is a dick measuring contest between you and your friends because you're just posting your results on Twitter. What if it becomes like a war between like these 3 Twitter users factions that have never met each other, just trying to one up each other's Wordle scores?
Interesting. Okay. All right. Tell me more.
And I like the fact that stage-wise, like, it's COVID safe. We could put 1 in 1 quadrant, make it a true 3-hander where they're all got the same goals, and they're like, we could hire like an older Broadway statesman actor, a younger millennial talent, and someone right in the middle. Like, we could get Mary Testa, Christian Borle, and Sidney Lucas, maybe.
Okay, great. Love all those people.
Yeah, just random 3 people. We could probably add some more color to it, honestly, now that I did that pitch.
Yeah, we should. There should be some diversity.
Let's put Shanice Williams in there instead of Sidney Lucas. Sorry, Sidney, you're out.
Sorry.
All right, so that's my pitch. What are these 3 characters? What makes them tick, Joel?
Well, I think there should definitely be some irony. I think we should have someone because it's all about wordplay, right?
Yes, it'll kind of be like spelling bee kind of thing, where the words kind of introduce the characters.
Got it. Okay, all right. So maybe we have like an English major, or maybe like a dyslexic English major.
I love it.
So and then we got like different age groups. So then. And do they all know each other in real life? Or
no, they're
okay.
just people that just found each other through the internet, don't know each other's faces. Real catfish scenario. Where they're just like these faceless monsters, but we, the audience, learn who they really are.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So, and do they have like weird like screen names, or am I really aging myself
You
there?
know what? Let's do that. That sounds more fun. Let's like they have weird Twitter usernames and like anime profile pictures or something. Like one of them has a picture of their dog, one of them has a picture of an anime character, and one of them, what would an old lady put? Whatever presidential candidate we want her to
Like
follow.
crazy cat lady. Trump is still president, or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Okay.
we could do that. Comedy. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, that's Mary Testa. We got
Yeah,
that in
she'll
the
nail
pocket.
it.
She will nail it. Okay, so we got the three, and like they have anonymous profile names. Do
Hmm.
they potentially know each other in real life? I feel like the opening number, it should feel like, the very first episode of Modern Family, where we feel like we're seeing three different stories, and then at the end of the number, then like everyone either like comes out of their house, or like they enter and like all of a sudden like they're actually a nuclear family and they didn't, and like they don't
That
know.
would be really cool. What if they're all in the same community college? Because that's the only real way where strangers like could do that.
Yes, yes, I see that, I see that. So then we've got like the single parent, we've got
Hmm.
the burnout, and we've got, and maybe the third one's like the professor, right?
Yeah, that's fun. And she's
Okay.
the crazy Trumper, and then she becomes the educator. Dramatic irony.
Yes, yes, okay, alright, I see it. Alright, so what is the conflict? So, like, just playing the game, is there like a big competition? Is like a Wordle word off type of
Let's
thing?
say maybe there's a reward for whoever gets the highest streak, and they are the three in competition that have the highest.
Okay, okay, so now we're kinda getting to, like, pageant territory, like, it's like,
Yes.
okay, or like Nintendo
Let's think of
tournament.
what our opening number is.
Okay.
Like we need to think of like because I assume this is a true three-hander where they are all sharing the main character spot where we kind of mix their I Want songs together into this one big number.
Yes, yeah, it's almost like a Harry, Hermione, and Ron
Yeah,
trio. Okay. Do we wanna, all right, working dummy working title for opening number,
let's go.
in a word.
I like it.
Okay.
Already, this is why they give you the big bucks.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
Where they sum up who they are, what they want, and what they're missing in life in a word, and then the wordle of the day, and coincides with that somehow, kind of spelling bee style.
Exactly, exactly.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
All right, so that in a word, great opening number, great I Want song mixed into it.
Mhm, totally, yeah, the bridge is very I want-y. I can
Yeah.
hear it, yeah.
Yep. Then the second numbers, like, A, they introduced the contest and this is obviously a one act. Like, this is not a full two act
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
this is like, New World Stages,
Yes.
Theater Row, it won't be running next week.
Yeah. I mean, it'll get okay reviews. Ben Brantley will be a little shitty, but then everyone else will be fine.
They're like, "Well, he tried." It's like,
Good effort, everyone.
actually, that's actually a funny exercise. Like, what is the bad pun title of the review
Oh,
for
we do that
Wordle
at
the
the end.
musical?
We literally
Great.
do that at the end. What
Fantastic.
would Ben
Love it.
Brantley's review title be?
All right, great.
All right.
Getting ahead of myself.
So we got all three of them, and then we introduce the thing via like voiceover, recorded thing, like "Hey, coming up," and we have to see their trauma. We now know their wants. We don't know their traumas.
Okay, okay, all right. I think this is where dyslexia comes in handy.
Yes,
If I had a nickel every time I said that, I feel like that would be really good,
and
to
let's name
have.
Shanice Williams' character real quick. Let's give her a name. Let's
Okay.
call her Cassie. Screw it.
Cassie? Okay, great, great, Cassie. Love it.
Cassie, and then Mary Testa, let's call her Alice, and then let's call Christian Borle John. Fuck it.
Great. I'm gonna forget all that.
That's fine. This is just for the people that'll take notes because they're taking notes. Believe me, they're
Okay.
they're gonna steal this idea. I tell you. So she's dyslexic, and that's her big thing. And you know what? On her way to school, this is where we set up that they're all in the same community college class. Dramatic irony. We know that they're all the Wordle people, and they're all bitching about like, this Wordle thing. And oh, I don't know that much about it. And they're like, oh, but we as the audience know that they're like real obsessed with it.
Got it, got it. So at least one of them is outward lying and saying, "Oh, I don't play that."
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I think it would be the John character because he sees it as a kid, and Shanice and Cassie would be like, "Yeah, I play it every now and then. I don't really keep up with it." And then Mary Testa is the one's like, "Oh, have you guys played this?"
I love that. I love that. And do any of them actually like secretly have like feelings for each other, or
I think that's like platonic anger, but like very kind. Like they're
okay.
all Maybe Cassie's like a surrogate daughter to John because John just his wife left him and took the kids, and he's trying to get his life back on track after that, and that's why he's
Got
going
it,
back to community
got it.
college.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Why are they all in community college?
She didn't do well in high school, thought college wasn't a good idea, went in a job field, wants to go back. So she's back. That's Cassie getting her degree.
Okay.
Mary Testup teaching the class, generational wealth, got it in college, and now had nothing better to do. White people. John, wife left him, was a big failure, like was a mechanic right out of college, or right out of high school, kind of fell apart when the auto business fell apart. So now he's going back so we can try to like put his life back on hold and get more custody of his kids.
Okay, great. Yeah, I get it. I see it all.
And they are all just at the end of the day, they're like really stressed out. They're like, she's sick of teaching, he's sick of learning, she's sick of learning, and they all take their frustrations out on today's Wordle.
I was gonna say, is Wordle the way out? Like,
That's the
is that the
that's just
ticket?
that's where they all just scream. Maybe that's like a fun comedy number where they're all just yelling at it, like "fuck me," got like big swears and all that. Or they're
Okay.
like all writing down on their like sheets of paper, testing the words out before they type it in, and then somehow they all tie still, like they're still in neck and neck.
Wow, wow, wow. This is intense.
That would be a fun title, like neck and neck. That's a cute title.
That's cute. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a comedy like number that's pushing forward. And then I feel like we got to set up John. John's like the one who has to have the next big boohoo.
A boohoo number?
Yeah, boohoo number where he's like, I don't need anybody, and then he expresses that to the Cassie character where he's like, I had a life and it was taken away from me, and I blame the world for my mistakes, and I'm not taking responsibility. And she's like, maybe think about how your wife and kid felt about that, as opposed to just you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm trying to tie that into like words and Wordle and
He
stuff
could
like that.
never find the words.
You can never
Couldn't
find the words.
There it is.
No words. That's beautiful.
Yeah, there we are. It's a real dramatic number. And then she relates because she doesn't have the words because she has dyslexia that she struggled with. So they
Yes.
bond over that in different ways.
That's
And Mary
beautiful.
Testa breaks it up. And then I feel like one of them has to get the lead or one of them has to mess up really bad so that it kind of like third act breakup. And I feel like right after I assume it would be Cassie, the young one, because that's kind of the thing that she's trying to get over with because of the dyslexia and all that. And that is also the moment where they all find out who the other ones are.
I like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once John and Alice are like, well, we got to do something to help her. And Alice is like, I don't care. Like these youngins, like she'll bounce back. They always do.
Well, that's a big number. She's got to have her big,
Yeah.
her, I'm a big belting broad number.
Mhm. Yeah, where she's like, even like they'll bounce back, or even she's talking about like all the horrible things she's gone through, but they're really kind of white people problems. Like that's kind of funny where she talks about her trauma, but it's really like really first world problem shit.
Could we call it first word problems? Is that terrible?
I mean, the thing is, if it's coming from her point of view, would she describe it as a first world problem or a first word problem?
First word problem. Yeah, well, that's a good point. It's a good point.
I like where your head's at, but you gotta.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't even know that's what she's saying. Maybe she doesn't see the equivalent between like first word problem and first world problems.
Maybe she just is like taking it literally. And this was my first word problem, or like it was literally a fucking like word search.
Yeah.
And then it grows on to like her essays and all that. And she's like, I figured it out because I am. And then you got the backup course where you got Cassie and John like first word problems.
First problems. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, and then they all kind of break up. They're all worse off without each other, they realize, and they're like come together. And you know what? They start a Wordle team, and instead of like one person against the entire country, it's these three against everyone else. And they find out they work better together than as apart.
Like sentences.
Exactly.
You complete me. Like that's what it is. It's like you can complete this sentence, or
exactly.
Yeah.
And they just keep going. They get better. Her grades get better. Like John stays up all night, like trying to help her with her homework, and she like is a surrogate daughter to him and teaching him how to properly parent.
Wow, wow. Are we in epilogue territory now? Or are we still in the show?
I think we're still in the show, but we got to get to the competition because we've already
Yeah,
solved the emotional context, but I think they still lose the competition. I feel like that's the way because it's not about winning, it's the relationships we made along the way.
of course, of course.
And his daughters show up to the fucking Wordle competition.
Oh, a last minute cast edition. I love it.
Like, no, you just hear their voices off screen, like off stage. He's like, they came.
Nice, nice. And we're not doing any double casting. Like Mary Testa could also play his daughter. Or
Just as the daughter. Maybe not as the wife. Maybe we could like have her play the wife. Saying like, hey, maybe weekends, every other weekend, you could take them.
yes, I'm just like picturing Lisa Howard putting a shroud on for spelling bee, and now she's the mom. Like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's great. Like, yeah, things like that could be done throughout the show, but we need an 11 o'clock number. We need something like, I feel like it's going to be to Cassie where she's like, maybe it's a sad reprise of I Never Had the Words.
That could be, or that could be like the intro. Like that could be like the first 30 seconds of the song that
Yes.
launches us into the
All
11
right.
o'clock number.
All right. What's our 11 o'clock numbered?
All right, what does she need to figure out?
Okay, so I guess we need to figure out her arc because her arc can't just be like she had trouble in
Dyslexia.
school
Yeah.
and then she does better in school.
I don't
Well,
know.
okay,
Sounds like
everyone
I'm
else has like, okay, what is Mary Testa's connection? Because she feels like she's on an island, and yeah, we've kind of set up that she's dove into the alt right territory and is kind of delusional. But we need to give
Mhm.
her some kind of thing. I don't want to make it that she has parent issues because we already did that with John. So we kind of need to find some kind of replacement there. What do you think?
Are we talking about Cassie?
I'm talking about Mary Testa
We
because
went
I
with
feel like
Mary Testa. Okay.
we can find where Cassie's story arc ends by finding where Mary Testa's does.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So she's the teacher, English.
Yes.
Let's see. And she does Wordle, I assume, to like escape.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's also like escaping the truth because she's like this weird conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So something about like, facts versus truth versus
I like this. I like this.
yeah. And so she's trying to find the words, which we've already done that. We've already done that word play. But if it's like finding the words,
I imagine she's kind of detached from her family or maybe something like that where because of her issues
yes.
maybe she could learn from John how important it is to have that connections. Like maybe she had a gay child that she disowned and she was like, I might need to reconnect with them because I see how much John wants to reconnect with his children and how much that that's an idea, right?
I just had this awful because like
Oh, come on.
Wordle is it's 5 letters, right?
Yeah,
The
5
idea?
letters.
Okay. So if the song is what's a 5-letter word for sorry?
I love it because it's like a really shitty apology that would come from this character.
And sorry is a 5-letter word. I think, yeah.
SORRY. What if she's like so dumb? She's like, what's a 5-letter word for apology, which is not a 5-letter word? APOLOGY. That's a 7-letter word.
Either way, it works. I think it's funny if she's, what's a 5-letter word for sorry, and sorry is 5 letters.
Yeah. What if she says, what's a
Either way.
5-letter word for I'm sorry? So it kinda.
I see that. I can see that. Yeah, it's very. I mean, I don't know what I'm thinking about this. Probably because like the holidays just happened, but I'm thinking about Home Alone, the original,
Yeah.
with the old man who like was estranged from his family, and we never really find out why.
No.
Yeah, but thank God Macaulay Culkin was there.
Yeah, he saved that old man from never having a relationship with his family.
Yeah.
It ties into the theme. Maybe Shanice like is in the foster system and never had a family and finds her newfound family through this like found family kind of thing.
Wow. What if she
The
finds
missing
out-
letter. Like that could literally be a song where she's always thought herself as the missing letter.
Wow. Why? Oh, like, or sometimes why? WHY. Sometimes why.
I like that.
Like the vowel.
That could actually be the 11 o'clock
I think that's the 11 o'clock number. Sometimes
We got
why.
it. We got it.
Damn it, we got there. I didn't know if we would, but we did.
You're a composer. How do you imagine that song going off the top of your head?
Let's see. Well, it would have a lot of vowels in it. So, a lot of singing vowels, but also like the letters of the alphabet. Like, so I think it'll either be in the key of A or the key of E. So it'll be a nice vowel key. Is that funny? I can't tell.
No, I can see it. It'd be like one of the things that Sondheim explained, and it'd be like, no one ever saw that except for you, man.
Exactly. Like you catch how many A's, you catch how many vowels are in that song.
I
Yeah.
did this all in 3/4 just because I wanted it all to feel waltzy.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I think something like big and sweepy, I think like like a strong 6/8,
Mhm.
the da 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 da, or very JRB in that way.
Oh god, just
Da,
okay.
da, 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 yeah.
That's me getting a little ahead of myself, but god, imagine Gerb fucking did this show.
Oh, you think?
I don't think he'd touch it with a 10-foot pole, to be honest.
I don't know if it pays.
I mean, he drops out of all the ones that pays. Look at like the She's Out of Your League. What was that musical? League of Their Own musical. He was on the King Kong musical. He's on.
Well,
He
I
just
can't
leaves.
I can't speak to that. I can't speak if he left or if he was asked to leave. I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, he's always signed on for these musicals, and then he never ends up being the final composer.
It's tough out there. It's tough
It
out there,
is.
adapting intellectual property. I mean, we're doing it right now with Wordle. I don't know if I get hired. I mean, I get, you're like, that's amusing. That's clever.
I mean, I'd watch this musical. I think that what if we need like something really emotionally gripping, and we need like the Tonya winning moment. So after Shawnee sings sometimes why, Mary Testa has a Piacenza Fe number where she dies, and it's just her and John, and they lose their matriarch, and they're like,
Wow.
oh, it's just us two now.
Okay. And then what happens?
And then they lose the competition anyway, but they find the new family, and he invites her to come to dinner with him and his children, and they have this brand new thing.
Well, that's all lovely.
Yeah, it's a quaint ending, and they have a reprise of all their favorite songs.
Like a mega mix, like a Joseph mega mix. Is
Yeah,
that
because obviously this is not long enough. They need a Joseph Megan mix, so it's at least as long as Fun Home Across the Street.
8 more minutes? Just eight more minutes in that mega mix.
Well, no, they just start saying a bunch of words. Like they start. I imagine there has to be a word where they're a song where they're just spelling words.
Yes. Yeah. I think there could be even like an audience participation element to it. Like if you have your
Oh
smartphone
my
out and
gosh.
like you get to play Wordle with them.
That would be actually incredible. Like,
Yeah,
and the hints are like the songs that they're singing a little bit. Like,
I'm
oh, that
into it.
sounds so fun. Okay, so we
Mm,
did it. We did it. We have this whole musical. We have songs
we did it.
now.
It's so easy.
It kind of was though. We had. I know you did a podcast all about this, but look, we made a hat where there never was a hat. The
Hmm.
Wordle the musical did not exist before it came here. Now we have three fully developed characters, a few songs, an entire plot. Think
Yeah.
about that for a second.
Yeah. You're welcome. Next up, Broadway.
Who do you think would compose this show? I mean, we toyed with Gerb earlier, but
Gerb. Well, other than me,
yeah,
if
I
it
mean,
wouldn't.
I think you do great, but I honestly feel like it's a little too sincere and not dark enough.
Oh, well, I would darken it for sure. Darken around the edges. I don't know. I don't know. Who do you have in mind?
I don't. Who would be? Honestly, I feel like Janine Sassoria would slum it for a week and do this.
She totally would. She totally would. With like Lisa Crone, or who's her words? Is she doing words?
No, I don't think she'd do words. I think she'd find some new up and coming. I feel like it would be like some like theater trainee from fucking Carnegie Mellon coming out of school being like, "Hey, I got this little idea." And Janine Tesori's like, "I think this is brilliant. You're a new voice and I really just connected with the material."
That's a pretty good Janine Tesori.
I feel like that, but you know what? We need a little more yellow face.
Yellow face.
Isn't that, yeah, that's Millie, thoroughly modern Millie.
Oh God, yes, you're right. I was like, is that where we're going? And yes, got it.
Yeah. It would either
A
be
little
her.
more cultural misappropriation.
That was just a bad move as far as everyone. There's some rough stuff. Um,
We all learn.
but maybe this could be Pasek and Paul's big return to the stage, and it's just like them trying to be hip. But honestly, I would prefer Tom Kitt to kind of take his hand at like a musical again instead of just orchestrating musicals.
We had a musical recently, didn't he?
He did Superhero, but that's it.
Oh, I thought he
Like
had something
he
more recent, but I feel
orchestrates a ton of them. Like he orchestrated the SpongeBob musical,
he
and
was all over Jagged Little Pill.
yeah, he did that as well. But he
Yeah,
didn't write
brilliant.
the songs, obviously.
No.
So I would like to see what he would do if he wrote a musical again.
Okay, yeah, throw him into the mix.
Yeah,
Have
yeah,
him
not
write some
Brian
songs on
Yorkie.
spec. No Yorkie for you?
Yeah, throw Yorkie back into his 13 Reasons Why world.
Okay.
Keep Kit. Keep Kit. Pair him up with Joel B. New to write the
Oh, we
book.
could do that. We could do that, you
I
know.
feel like like it would be a full like music and lyrics by Tom Kidd and Joel B. New. I feel like y'all couldn't
Oh,
split that
thank
down the
you.
middle.
Thank you. I mean, you could also get like Hunter and Jeff, Jeff
Yeah.
Bowen, Hunter Bell. I think they could do something silly like this.
Who wrote the score to Come From Away? That's coming out like
Oh gosh.
that husband and wife couple. They could do it. They'd probably pick this as like, and it would be the next like big thing somehow.
Well, what are the Diana people doing now? Because we
Mm.
just
I mean, if we wanted to make something fun, we could, but if we wanted to make
I
something
love
good,
fun.
fun and
Fun.
good are different. It's the difference between David Hasselhoff, Jekyll and Hyde, and like any other Jekyll and Hyde. Fun and good.
Fun and good. I mean, I'd pick fun over good with a show like Wordle.
I guess. I thought we were playing it super sincere. I thought we were playing family drama.
Oh,
Michael John LaCuzia. He's probably somehow turned this into something.
he certainly would. He certainly would. And we already have Mary Test on board, so
Yeah.
that's she's like one of his muses. So
Yeah. And my last pitch, my last absolute pitch, the last ditch attempt, everyone else said no. William Finn. He'd fall asleep during the reading and say, "Yeah, I'll do the score."
or he wrote it while sleeping, and it's like this fever dream, and then he wakes up and he has it, and he's like, Vadim, arrange this. Like that's my Bill Finn.
Call James. Get James in here.
Jimmy.
What do you think Ben Brantley's review would say? Or Jesse Green, because now he runs things.
Yes. Well, I think he'd hate it. But
Really? I
but I
mean, he
think he'd
surprisingly
love-
liked the prom.
I liked the prom.
Yeah, everyone liked the prom, but I didn't expect the New York Times to like the prom.
Fair, I guess. I don't know. They might like it. What do you think? Do you got some like working article titles for me?
I think it would just take the like sometimes why indeed would
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
be
yeah.
like something.
Or in a word, pass. Or in a word, close.
I lost all six, like failed all 6 attempts, something like that. Wordle fails all 6 attempts.
Oh, is that a rule?
Yeah, you can only try 6 times.
Oh man, I wish I had known that. That would have completely reshaped the trajectory of this very important American musical.
This could be winning the Pulitzer. This is the next Strange Loop, Joel. I don't know if you know this.
I did not know that, but I believe you. Anything's possible.
Yeah, Wordle the musical. It's gonna be like Emoji Land the musical, where it's like, oh, that was darker than I expected. Okay.
Yeah, people really resonated with the Emoji Land. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Emoji Land?
not to be confused with the Emoji Movie, which is a different
With
vibe
Patrick
altogether.
Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah, Anne Harada supremacy.
Always Queen. Why isn't she in Wordle?
Yeah, you know what? Let's make her play every word. Like she plays the Wordle.
I like it. It's like the bullet in Hamilton.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's Anne Harada.
And it's Anne Harada as the dictionary.
Yes. All right. We've done it, Joel. We did it. We've got a musical. I expect you to start writing this next week and to be invited to the 54 Below initial performances and opening night on Broadway. So
fantastic. All right, I'll see you there.
I am waiting for the invite. Joel, you are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for playing this game with me. I love chatting with you. I hope you'll do this again in the future when you write another incredible musical that I love.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully I just did with Tempting Mr. Lincoln.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Why don't you once again promote it for the world to hear so they can know where to buy tickets digitally or in person?
That's right. If you just go to joelbnew.com/Lincoln, it'll take you to get tickets. You can watch it live stream. I think even like for 24 hours, like you don't even have to be watching it as it's happening, even though that's the way I prefer to watch it. But you have 24 hours to watch it streaming. You can come in person. You just have to be fully vaccinated. It's going to be big gay romp. It's so stupid, but I have a huge cast of 8 actors, 4-person band. The cast release just came out today, so we've got Broadway's Travis Kent as Abraham Lincoln, Broadway's Gabe Violette as his love interest Joshua Fry Speed. Who these are historical characters, these are historical figures. And then we've got Madge Dietrich from Kinky Boots as Mary Todd. My bestie Charles Sanchez, always and everything that I do, is John Wilkes Booth. And then we've got this crazy trio. We've got Cicely Daniels from Little Mermaid and Rent, and Porgy and Bess as Penny, because I thought it'd be funny to have a character named Penny in a Lincoln show. And then I had this ensemble of like 3 flaming homosexuals, Abercrombie, Fitch, and Hollister. And it's so stupid and lovely. I'm kind of obsessed with it right now, and I think you'd all get a big kick out of it. It's a little more risque than my usual fare. So there are some choice 4-letter words, which I don't always decorate my shows with. So I'm excited. And it should be really inappropriate. Come on by.
I know this is right up my audience's alley. I think it's great. And you know what? If you need more convincing, which I don't understand why, right after we're done talking, you're going to hear an entire number from it just to wet your whistle to understand why this is going to be so great. Yeah. And this is me talking. You know, I'm the guy that does this podcast every week. I'm not some paid shill. I just genuinely think this is going to be good.
Oh, I appreciate it.
There's also, if you go to Joel's YouTube page, a lot of songs from when you were previously on our podcast. We were promoting, what was it? Monkey
Trouble Unleashed.
Yes, a lot of great songs from there. So many good songs. Also, this is how I discovered you, Joel, was through your podcast, which I think is now defunct, sadly. You have not updated since 2019. Was fantastic. Absolutely incredible podcast. Where you try to make musical theater content in a short period of time. It's a lot like this, but kind of. But you've had like Grace McLean on and so many other incredible people on.
Thank you. No, it's the gift that keeps on giving, because it's still out there. You can listen to all of the episodes, which has an original song in every episode, and just like fantastic conversations that I'm just so proud are out there. And like, she makes an appearance every once in a while. She dusts herself off, and there's new content, every couple of years. Why not?
Heck yeah. I'm so proud to know you. I'm so happy to see your work. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
All right. We'll see you next time on Make Me a Musical. Go listen to this. It's so great. Tempting Mr. Lincoln. Gay Abraham Lincoln. What else do I need to say?
Not a damn thing.
We'll see you next time, guys.
You're sound asleep in my bed. I lie awake with thoughts in my head. Will my heart get lost in the crowd? Is this even allowed? Your arm hangs off of the side. I couldn't make you fit if I tried. The signs are perfectly clear. You shouldn't even be here. But as I watch you dream, you're more than what you see. I see the potential. More than a man of note, you'll forever have my vote. You're presidential. You're my commander-in-chief, as I am lying in disbelief. Until you open your eyes, I'll romanticize. Or move the tiniest inch, or give myself the tiniest pinch. I don't know what's false and what's real. I only know what I feel. And when the dreaming ends, will you say we're just friends? And I'm inconsequential. No matter how I try, It's impossible to deny. You're presidential, 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 presidential. You're presidential.